Hey there, folks. It is 2:35 p.m. Tuesday, December 25th, 2018. Happy holidays for everyone. Um, those of you that know me know I don't like to use the word Christmas. It's a name we give for December 25th with Santa Claus, and it's supposed to be the birth of Christ Day, and all that born in a manger, all those other lies. Um, Depending how you look at the calendar, back in those days when JC, with the guy Jesus, when he was born, I forgot what his real name was, but the one everyone calls Jesus, the family was in a caravan moving to the east. Not moving like we moved to a new home, but moving. Big cardinal, the second I looked that way, showed his wings and everything. That's red. When you see that, that could be a warning. It could be about your emotions. But anyway, getting away from the negativity of what Christmas actually is, what it is has always been to me, is feeling the happiness, the compassion, the love, the honor of less honor, but still of people taking the time to be gratuitous towards each other. What an awesome thing. It's part of us that's been buried forever. Parts of this video, right now I'm starting to choke up a little bit. My eyes will be, I will be having tears coming and going. Having said that, maybe now I won't. Through this video, I'll stand up to anybody, any group of people, everything in creation. But my love for everything, what I am is huge. It's the largest, strongest thing that's ever been anywhere. Not this body, what I am inside. That being said, the strongest, most intelligent, most powerful part of it is inside this body, what little bit is left of it. These bodies cannot handle who we really are. And we can only fit a piece of us inside of us. We can cram more in there, but we don't for a good reason. If you were to try to take your actual intellect and put it into your brain, it'd blow up like sticking your head in a microwave. It's like pouring a swimming pool into a water balloon, used to be my old analogy. The same goes for your compassion. All of us came from the original first being, male and female. From the original first being, period. And then it made itself it split itself into two slightly different parts, male and female. And then they put their energy together and took a third of themselves and they released it. And that's how things got started. And then later they released more of themselves. Now over time they were growing slowly out of body. The fact that they were using their energy to move things around, beat on people. Excuse me. And the original first being male, the alpha male in creation is the one that creates and is the field while doing other things. So that kept him busy. Anyway, what I'm trying to say out of all this is we are huge. And what I am is incredibly ridiculous, okay? Large and strong and intelligent, but these bodies are frail. They can't handle the power. Sometimes I'd relax and a part of Lily would come by and open me up a little bit, and then I'd start feeling everything through the field and I couldn't take it. I just, out of nowhere, immediately just bust out, pouring and all choked up. It's just kind of like, damn. And if a man's afraid to show compassion, I want to ask him why. Do you really think that's a sign of weakness when it's power? Now, to be a blubber baby, that's different, okay? Fear, try to scare me. Go ahead. You know, you got time to waste, let's do it. It doesn't. As soon as I became awake and aware, and then especially found out what I am, no. Fear was ridiculous. Got to the point I could, late at night you're walking around, you can, you start getting the feeling someone's watching. Well, yeah, they are all the time, not because it's dark. Just it's easier for them to hide in the dark. The Fae that were a problem. Most of the negative Fae has been taken out. A lot of them were an issue. They'd be in there watching at you, and you'd feel like somebody's watching you. You're not crazy. You were not crazy. They were. It's not like that anymore. And my eyes are all... It's like they're burning. Anyway, to have a lot of compassion, that's a very good thing. And I've never enjoyed showing it on camera, and I make a point if I'm starting to hit something hard, if it starts to overcome my capacity to maintain it, then I'll phase it out on the video stuff, while rendering the video. Right, Lily, having a hard time. Help the brain, help the noggin. Part of the primary, Lily is with me, and she'll be with me now till I go. It just happened. So I have her, the other parts of me, animal spirit, and of course physically I've got Deanna here doing so much to help me. I have to suffer some more before I go home, not because people should suffer, that's just how things are set up. And then I'll get out of here. And I'll bring the change I told you I will. Compassion, honor, and equality will bring you happiness. Your freedom to be that. People you've been living all your lives, end your life when you're out of your body as your normal self and spirit in a jail cell. A huge jail cell where you had to meet certain conformities, and once in a body you were abused like hell. The door was literally disintegrated. It's gone. It was deleted. There's nothing out there. Everyone that was in that jail, to your warden, whatever, they're all deleted. They're gone. Everything's gone. You can sit in there or you can walk out. Find out who you really are. I didn't do enough, and I didn't do enough well enough this last life, and for my own personal, what I wanted to do. But I'll tell you what, I did everything I could. The feeling that's in Christmas, not about the gift you're going to get, but the giving a gift to someone you care about, that is base, that and protection, equality, that's the base format of the new creation. That's slowly going to become the norm. While we're having a life, we have to have some frustrations. Issues like that, not abuse. And then finally, when we have the energy bodies, there will be nothing but soft frustration, but it's soft. And when you want to come out, you can. That way you will always have a life that's suitable to how you feel. But, to what you're going through. And if it's too much, or you want to push yourself a little harder, you'll have that. creation has never been like this. The original first being male and female that were sick and then incredibly abusive, they're dead, gone. So now you're free. I've always loved this time of year. Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever religion you're at, it's the religions are everywhere. Okay, it was important for people to be attacked with abuse, excessive harm, frustration. From every which way possible, everything from mosquitoes and fleas and roaches and ticks and stuff to torture, losing your house, loved ones dying in war, disease. People, that's already taken off the table. Now it has to be removed. That's going to happen. It's all about to happen. How many people have said something similar to that? Everything's about to get better. Well, it ain't like it ain't been heard before. But now, what was causing all that is gone. The remedy is easy enough once free of this body. So it's going to happen finally. Once you can accept, once you start to feel things, see things, you're going to understand that when I told you you were more than you think you are, you can understand that I was right. It does not mean you were wrong. You were not wrong. You were simply unaware. There's a difference. When you know that someone's going to get hurt if you hit them, and you hit them, then you are wrong. But when you're not aware you can do something, and you don't think you can, you find out you can, where's the wrong? Where's the wrong? I don't know. I don't see it. As far as talking with people, that's leaving the information, cranking you up, and just trying to help you find yourselves. That's what was really important. The animals will start going. You'll see things starting to change. The ETs will come in every once in a while. They'll drop my name. You're going to find out a little bit about me, that there's a reason to get one of these books that I wrote. And please start with the first. There's a reason to listen to a couple of videos. Totally free. As long as you have the internet already, they're free. This YouTube channel, I have over 600 videos. I've put out over 1,200 total in this life. I've been working my ass off trying to help you understand yourself and what's going on around you. And I did it while fighting everything that there was on the other side. Everything's done now except for the cleanup and for you to do whatever you're going to do. Wake up, stay asleep. You're going to slowly wake up anyway, because you're going to start seeing more. The barrier between the third and the second dimension is going to change. The vast majority of people have good heart energy. Period. And your environment, creation, especially this third dimension, but everywhere, is going to be representative of exactly that. You're going to find your freedom. You're going to find that you are free, actually. Proper way to say that. Your lives will get better, easier. And there's no one to pay, no one to thank. It's just do it. Why? Because that's the way it always was supposed to be. That's the way it should have been. And the original first being, from being the initial one and lonely, and then eventually demanding praise and everything else, they lost the way, they got sick, they wouldn't change. So they're gone anyway. So the vast majority of people, the vast majority of people are souls. And the original first being was 27.5% lower frequencies. So for some reason that 0.5% got kind of lost somewhere, shifting stuff around. As they released a third of themselves in the beginning and set it aside. And then 4/5 of this third of themselves, well, first off, they took this third of themselves, they cleaned a little over 97% of the negativity out of it. That, excuse me, like I said recently, that was put in a certain area, like it was an orb, and eventually started breaking off pieces of itself, but that was already coated, protected. It had a barrier put on it, and the one they call Lucifer took care of it. Fallen angels, all that stuff, it's bullcrap. I've got a video I haven't rendered yet. I'll render it today, and it talks about the angels. Anyway, so then what was left out of this, which is still vastly most of it, they're only 27.5% lower frequencies, and this is when they were their full selves. Okay, so this is a large amount. Now, what was clean and left over, they took 4/5 of that, and then that literally was put into two big groups. One of them a good bit bigger than the other one, and this was clean. This was initial source removed from the first being halves, male and female halves. And but it was clean. 97, just over 97% of the negativity was lower frequencies. Was removed, and you have a piece like this. Then you have a piece like this. This one down here, that's separate. They both separated. This one up here was Armelius and Lydia, and this one down here was Lilith and Aramelius. When Lilith and when the larger one split into Lilith and Aramelius, Aramelius was a lot bigger than Lilith, and had all that fortitude. When the two were separated, almost all the fortitude was put into the Aramelius and Lilith part, and then when the Aramelius and Lilith orb separated into the two of them, it was Aramelius was made much bigger, and almost all the fortitude was shoved right in there. Lilith, strong, very strong. Aramelius was, excuse me, he was incredibly powerful. And then Lily and I came from the focal points, the strongest parts of Lilith and Aramelius. And then while Lily and I were having lives, while we were in the body having lives, the energy coming off of us was being not taken from our core, but what was around us was being taken by Lilith and Aramelius. So that helped them grow. Aramelius thought he was going to be the new god. Nah. So did JC, so did a bunch of others, but no. There's no such thing as a God in any kind of sensible creation. There having been someone making itself that, yeah, there was original first being male and female. Anyway, the original first being male and female, the other two large source, the two large parts of clean source. Excuse me, original first ones are dead. Original first angels, almost all of them are dead. The other two source people, they're pretty much dead. I'll be bringing part of Lilith and part of Armelius, not Aramelius, Armelius back. He's awesome. He's just not extremely intelligent, and he's made of hope. His frequencies are more hope than anything else. And Lilith, she's a very strong, hard green with red in there, love. So, anyway, what does this have to do about happiness and equality and compassion? Everything. That's how it's happening. But the positive feelings you feel at Christmas time, it's going to feel similar every day, every night. Animals will leave. That's going to be so sad for so many. But you'll understand. Animal essence was created with fortitude, the frequencies of fortitude and compassion, love. By having lives, they develop honor. It's hard. You can't develop honor without having lives unless you're actively involved in protection, or caring for. Then you build it up. So that's how Archangel Michael and Lucifer understood everything had to change. That there was a problem with the original first being, and that it was sick, and then it was crazy, it was mad, it wouldn't stop. So the doors are gone on your cells. Your cells, I just call it the universe. You're finally free to become yourself. All of your abilities are flowing through your body. They have been since you were born, except for where there was, and that's why there were blocks, energy, spirit energy, ascension energy. That's why there was spirit blocks, energy blocks put inside your body, so the energy wouldn't flow through it. Remember, your body runs why? How does your body run? People say, what makes your body run? People say the heart. Well, it won't run without the heart, because the heart moves nutrients, including oxygen, throughout the body. Excuse me. To maintain it and help it grow. The brain. If you're brain dead, that body's not going anywhere. And if you're brain dead enough, your what we call the autonomic nervous system will fall away. It'll stop. And then your lungs don't know to breathe. But where is the battery? Where's the electrical cord that go into your body to make the heart run, to make the brain run? Where does that come from? Whoa, 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 it's magic. Magic is, the thought of magic to me has always been really cool, but it's just something we don't yet understand. Everyone I've ever had a consult with, when I could tell you stuff I see and everything, well, you can call that magic, because there's no way I could know that. The FBI and Homeland Security, when they came to my house together, and I talked to the two guys and told them what's going on in their life. How did I know that? Must be magic. No. If you were in Elizabethan times, the times of knights and serfdom, whatever, and all of a sudden a 747 went through a time barrier and then flew over a city and then went through another one to come back, what would that be? Magic, demons, all kinds of stuff. Dragons. No. It's a simple science to us, but it's to them, they can't comprehend it. Just like when our ET family, friends, family members come in, we're all family. When they pop in, it's going to seem like magic. But when something happens metaphysical, that's when magic really comes into play. The thought process of the word. And magic is literally something that's natural that we don't understand yet. You have abilities that most people would consider magic. It's just part of who you are. That battery that's inside you is your spirit. It's your actual spirit, your body, that runs the body. As your spirit flows through the body and goes through different sections of your body, your energy goes. Your energy literally goes out through these different organs and comes back in. The heart goes everywhere. It's like a huge magnetic pulse, grabs feeling. It's a form of electromagnetic energy that's not quite electricity. So what is it? Gee, maybe with that fifth field that was important to create sentient energy in the first place, in the first being. Book 1 of the creation series. And there's no maybe. How energy flows through your body and everything, book 3, the one with the orange in it. People, I have left you everything that you need to understand your body. I don't expect anyone to believe me. Blind faith puts knots on your head where you bang into stuff, or the bruises on your shin where you accidentally kick something. Had the word kill in there. I've had to do so much destructive stuff this life, it hurts. So, in the beginning, part of me came up to me and took me outside. I've said it a million times. I won't say the whole thing again, but he said, come outside. So I went outside, and he goes, look up. And I looked at the stars. All of a sudden, I was literally right in the middle of them. My sight was 1,000 over 1,000, whatever, 1,000 over 20. I could see everything. I was there inside it. And he said, that's where you belong, not this body over here. But he called me the destroyer, and I did not like that. I'm not made to harm. I'm made to serve and protect. I'm happiest when I'm taking care of as much as I can. Animals, people. And I'm saddest when I have to be aggressive about it, but I don't think about that at the time. I think about it a little bit afterwards, and I have to keep remembering it was necessary. When you're in spirit, you don't do anything, you're just floating around. When it comes to the knowledge of having a life and what's right and wrong as far as how to treat people and how things go along, the only example they've ever had is the way the original first being, male and female, treated us. They controlled all of that. They were the only ones who controlled it. The angels were the ones who actually did the work. The original first angels, not the new ones that came from Lily and Arae. Primary Lily and Arae. There were 5. Lily and myself and Lily, the primary Lily, as we got stronger and stronger and stronger, it's like when I crank you up and you feel your energy right here. Those of you that haven't done this, go back into my YouTube channel and see where there's where someone's been cranked up. And honestly, we can download this stuff for free. Download it and save it just in case some of your children or family members are source. There's about to be more source put in bodies. So, not a lot, because it's not a lot to start with. And it's only the source that came from Lily and Arae. But it's important for them to see how crank-ups were done. If not, they'll be told how to do it, and everyone has their own way to do it. But they'll be told how to do it just by going into their heads on the other side. They'll pick it up from the field, and the field is a part of me. When you see me do this, I go like this. I'm working on a brain. When I do this, when I crank you up, give you the DNA ICUC is all we did at the end there. I see a brain this big in front of me. That's your brain. I'm there at you. And I'm like behind you. And then here's going towards the nose. And I look inside, I see your brain. And I work on the different parts of it. I like to use my hand. I put more feeling into it, expression. People, the reason why you feel it is because, the reason why you felt it or feel it is because I was and am right there. Because it's real. You have the quantitative electroencephalogram reports on the front cover of thespiritualfoundation.com. I've done everything I can in this crazy, upside down, abusive, physical, third dimension. Creation is the whole thing, but here, the whole creation has been corrupted. It was made from the beginning for abuse. So anyway, everything's a mess. It's going to get fixed, but there's going to be other people cranking up other people while I'm gone. I told you Deanna's already doing the DNA ICUC, but getting back to something I was talking about and flowing into that, Lily and I both got strong enough to the point where the energy coming off of us was so thick, so strong, and so sentient that we literally removed ourselves from it. It's like, here's an energy mass, and I was inside, or Lily's inside, we just literally come out of it. And then you have two different masses. Anyway, from me, I'm just going to say it, okay? I don't give a damn. Out of myself, the primary Arae, and also out of the primary Lily, we each released 5 focal points. One at a time. As they grew and got stronger, we'd release one. As they grew, came together, they were ready, strong, we released them. We released 5 of them. Now with Lily, when the second focal point was released from her being a primary, so the one coming out was actually the third focal point, but it was the second one released, okay? Someone else came out with her. So there's like an extra Lily, but she's not as strong. It's a different scenario. She kind of piggybacked behind the Tiger Lily when she came out. Anyway, the second, there's reason for this, if you want to hang in there. The second focal point that I released, which would make it the third Arae from the primary of the third primary Arae, is in Ignacio, Deanna's nephew. He's a powerhouse. The fifth is Raj Naharayan. Raj. I suck with names, but Raj and I are quite close. Raj is awesome. The second one is the first one released for me is out of body. I've seen him a lot. I talked to him. And then the fourth one is in a body in another planet. Now with Lily, the first one, that was the very first to be released from Lily, was inside Marilyn Monroe. The second one, Tiger Lily. And then the next large, I'll leave the rest of them alone until we get to the fifth. On the fifth one, the fourth one released from Lily, which is the fifth primary Lily, is Siobhan, and she's out in Ireland. The primary Lilies and Araes from me, except for the one that piggybacked, they were already strong enough to be able to crank you up while they were in the body. So what did I do? I made them all stronger. The ones, the children that, so to speak, children that came from us, they're not our children, but if you take a 5-gallon bucket of water and you take an empty cup and you fill it up with the water in the bucket was never pregnant. It's just part of it being released to become itself a new individual. Excuse me. So, anyway, they all need to be cranked up. After I'm gone and things settle down, Dana will be doing the DNA ICUCs again. Ignacio, in 2 years, will be doing the DNA ICUC. He'll be 8 years old. 6, 7, 8 years old. Raj will be doing them. Raj and Siobhan, my memory is just so fucked up. Excuse me. I'm trying to be clean this video. I have a lot of frustrations from all the fighting and dealing with the issues and stuff with the other side. Anyway, they're hard energy. They're both hard, which is nice. But the problems that have been given to all of us need to be fixed before we move forward with this. So once I'm gone, that's the first thing that's going to happen. The primary Lily's going to be doing some cleaning and stuff. I've got other stuff to do. That's her job. She's ready. And she's just told me, she just gave me the word wanting. Of course, that means she's wanting to get started doing it. So anyway, after, Deanna will start doing the DNA ICUC. It'll be just a short while after that, and then some of the others are going to start doing it quick. The other Arae and Lily, minus the piggyback Lily. She's going to get some help getting some things cleaned up. Anyway, other than that one, they'll be able to do the DNA ICUC. Everything has to happen through the field. The field can help you do one of the, and right now I'm talking to the source family that can crank people up. When you're ready and it's time, you'll be able to do it. Until then, no. And not everyone needs the DNA ICUC. Some people need not to ever have it. But there's a lot more people that do need it. So, and when people find out, it'll be about 8 months after I go, I guess, maybe. There's no time on it, probably less than that, maybe 6 months. Who knows? But unless I'm kept in this condition, and I can't hardly ever get out of the bed anymore. I'm bleeding internally now, so I should be close. I've been bleeding internally for a few days. With the other issues, just got a little reminder. So I should be out of here soon, and then it'll start changing. And I'm not looking for whoopee-doo. I don't want to thanks if I'm embarrassed with things. I understand what they are, and I appreciate it, but it's like I don't know what to do with them. All I want to do is my job. The reason why I was created in the beginning. Of course, I changed my own format a little bit, but serve and protect sounds like something you see on a police car. It's funny. Everything's going to change. The laws have to change. People are going to change. Those things that are really a problem, except for just a select few, they're coming out of a body and they're being deleted. So the bodies will die and then they'll be yanked out and deleted. Dead. Never to return. So there'll be businesses for people. There's businesses, large businesses that have, departments where they spend millions of dollars for market forecasting, how to best move about doing something. They're literally going to be getting, as soon as the DNA and the energy work, as soon as it's all in scientific journals, it's all been scientifically proved. There'll be small packages where, a few people from one business will be cranked up. Those are going to be expensive, whoever does it. I expect it's going to start at $30,000 for a few people. if someone has abilities and they've been cranked up and made stronger, well, number one, uh, their ability to see and forecast is going to be like nothing else. Their ability to understand is going to be like nothing else. That's in relationship to other people that are in that same part of the business. So that helps businesses make money, right? Well, it doesn't just help businesses make money. It helps businesses go in the right direction, because that will be controlled. The great power of the business to control and take over and everything. Like, who are those assholes? Monsanto's. Bye bye. Um, the way to move forward is with compassion, not greed and avarice, but compassion. So not only will they be more functional, but they will literally help moving this new time in creation, where compassion, honor, equality, happiness actually kick in. Those people that are really negative, that are cool, don't hurt anyone, they were they just became what they were through happenstance and the original first being releasing them. Except for the negative original first negative the negative frequencies of the original first being halves, when they initially released a third of their energy, and then they took a little over 97% of the negativity out of it. They were made exactly handmade because of all the amount of negativity, and then whatever was inside them, some 47%, and then some 97%. There's not too many of them left. There's a lot of them were taken out in July 10th of 2012 in a fight. So anyway, when you remove all this stuff, it's an open field, fertile field, just ready to accept the seeds of compassion, equality, love, happiness, joy, hope. Because of the way creation was made initially, because of the different beings and how they were growing and everything, it took till now to be able to do this. And the end results for your protection, security, and servitude, for others to serve you, for me to serve you, say it like it is. It's there's nothing that'll ever be able to take that away from you. Nothing ever. Nothing. It'll never go back to what it's been, to what it is today. No individual, no group of individuals, including everyone, has that kind of power, has that ability. It'll never happen, never. So things are going to change the way they should have been for you in the beginning. Wow, that was a hard hit. There's a reason for that. It's true. It'll never go back. Who am I saying that? What do you see? Tired old man. Guy's dying. He's trying to make a name for himself. Blah, 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 blah. No. Look at my bank account. It's a joint bank account. There's only a few $100s in it. Everything I own, I always give away. I do everything I can for everyone else. I like it. That's what I want. That's my happiness. To see you smile tells me I'm being successful. And it's time for me to feel like that. So what we're going to have is a lot of the feeling that we have this time of year. It's going to be rampant. Like a tasty dessert, good food, the love you feel for those that you really care about. That feeling is going to become prominent. Not the only one, it's going to become the prominent feeling. Compassion, love, and through it being maintained, eventually everyone will have that's having lives, allowed to have lives anymore, will develop honor. When you consider each person equal to yourself and understand that you are equal to anyone, everyone, starts with me. There's nothing out there that isn't totally equal to what I am, and more than just at least as important to me. I don't matter. I don't matter. My job does. I can't. There are no words for me to say that will just magically make you understand this. It takes time. You have to see things happen in front of you. Again, it sounds like a big sales pitch. It's not. It's a fact. If you buy those books that I wrote, one at a time or all together, but please start at the first book. Otherwise, you're missing 2/3 of the whole message. It's the smallest, quickest, and the least expensive. You can find out about them at thespiritualfoundation.com. I'm all over Amazon.com, Europe, all over the world. Okay, Japan. There's a lot of people in Japan that understand and are relative. As soon as I'm out of here and the rest of the problems are cleaned up, the mess I made is cleaned up, then you're going to find out everything's just going to start happening. And there's nobody to thank. What there is a new time for everyone. All I'm asking is that you just walk out of that jail cell. Give yourself the freedom and the benefit of the doubt to find out to explore, enjoy, build, focus your natural abilities, who you are. The jailers are all dead, removed completely, except for a few idiots running around, whatever. Think of it as maybe some cooks or something. I've never done really any kind of time in jail other than being held over about 4 days 3 days for the military MPs to pick me up. That was a joke. Anyway, but think of it like that then. They're gone. You're free. Don't you want to know who you are? Don't you want to know what you can do? Don't you want to see what's really out there? I remember one time a very nice person. She had strong heart energy, but her core was kind of soft. There's the Long Islander in me, and she could see and feel things, and she knew there were problems, and she had a lot of anxiety trying to deal with things the way they are, and it was like nonstop. And she said, Jay, I really want to believe you. It makes sense, but I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid to know that that's what it is. I said what I could, and I couldn't get anywhere, so I left her with this. I said, let me ask you something. I said, well, first off, practice going to people and feeling them, using your heart energy to feel them, and then go into a room with a lot of people, focus on two people, or a person or a couple or something, focus on them. And when you focus on them, you're learning how to butt everyone else out. You separate their feelings away from you so you can focus on their feelings. And what does that teach you to do? It teaches you how to use your heart energy to see other people and feel them and see what's going on. It also teaches you how to eliminate the background noise, which you have to do. Otherwise, you're hearing people everywhere. It's like the torture Stephen Lewandowski's been going through, because his brain was wired open where he couldn't turn off telepathic communication with everything. That was his torture. That's why I told you, you will see him, and you will see him in action doing incredible things, but not until I'm done with him. I'm going to fix him personally. Anyway, I told her, I said, what's better? To, use those abilities to find your strength, okay? And then I said, what's better? To go ahead and accept that and only die one time? Or to keep dying all day long, every day? There's an old saying, which the words I would change around a little bit, but I'll do that now. Someone who's scared will die 1,000 deaths, but someone who will face their fears will die only once. Being scared, that's, there's fear and stuff like that in life, I guess. I feel fear as anxiety that builds up, and then I build up like a bomb, and then boom, I finally get to a point where I have to release it. A lot of people have fear, and you're made to live in fear from one thing or another. All this is changing, and you'll find out. I'll be gone. I'll be doing my job, working for everything else. And you will find out that you're amazing, that you can do things that, if you were to think about it when you first started waking up, it'd blow your mind. Once you start waking up, if you could go ahead in time 4 years, and you go back and look at yourself, you're like, wow, I forgot I used to be like that. It becomes the new normal for you. And by having lives that are much easier without all that abuse, you will not build what I've always called abuse frequencies inside you. They've been taken out of most everything that's in the body, and that'll be taken care of about 3 to 4 months from after I'm out of here. Then the situation will never be allowed to occur where you can get those again. So it's like everyone's been running around getting beat up and put on steroids and hit with baseball bats when you're in a body. And when you're out of body, you were still controlled to the point where you had severe limits, and you were not allowed to build up your energy power or to show love. So, and when the original first being, male and female, or either one of them, their energy, when you were in their presence, you literally had to put out the energy that you would if you were in a physical body, and you bowed to them. Like whatever, not bow like, hey, how you doing? I give you I offer compassion, but it's the you're so much better than me feeling. I suck and you're supreme. Wow. How can anything like that be anything but full of crap? Original first angels used to make you think like that. They're gone. So that's what's coming. That's why it's a big deal, but the only thing there is to do with that is just use it, enjoy it. Pursue who you really are. Okay. Uh, there are others. Also, there are others that are source spirit inside that came from the primary Lily and I that will be doing DNA ICUCs. It won't be allowed to only be a couple few people. It'll be more. No one's going to make any kind of new religion or crap out of anybody source doing this stuff. It's made so it can't happen, and it'll be controlled so it doesn't from the other side through the field. Nothing is any better than anything else. And you might want to give away your equality to someone else, and by offering them praise and everything else. It's not that you won't be able to say it, but it'll never be allowed to happen. You might wind up biting your inside of your gum or something like that when you do it. You're going to find out, no. I'm not trying to make anyone bleed, just a pinch, just the idea. Everything's going to happen through compassion. This is not about any one person. This is not about a select group of people. This is about everyone and everything. This information that I've left you, I put a few of these pictures, important ones, on the internet that Deanna and I have made that are just a small part of a book that Deanna's writing, and it might go. I'm gonna probably do some video stuff relative to that too, but it like something to sell on the internet. I explain a lot, for free because it's supposed to be, but we have to keep the business going. So I'm not trying to make anyone mad. And for what everyone has gone through, they have already received a lot from me, and they will receive more. I might have gotten annoyed at someone before, even recently, doesn't matter. I'm taking care of them. If someone gets arrogant through the field, I'm going to literally start putting energy around them. It's like a dampener, and it's the field. The field will be building up around them to dampen their abilities until they release that arrogant, selfish thought process. If they don't release it, it's just going to stay there. So I don't care someone's primary source. If they get stupid, their energy's not going anywhere. Period. They won't be able to crank anyone up. Now, being selfish, like wanting something for yourself, not only is there nothing wrong with that, that's healthy. That's necessary. Have pride in who you are. Just don't think you're better than anyone else, because you're not. But have pride in yourself, because that's important. Never having pride in yourself, calling that ego, that came from your religions. Turn the cheek, let them hit you over there on the other side. If they hit you on the right side, turn the left side, let them hit you there. What the hell's the matter with people? Who the hell ever got anywhere in life doing that? That teaches you to be what? Submissive and to take abuse. Ta-da! There you go. Perfect example of the abuse of religions, the controlling issues, etc., etc., etc. You don't need that. You need the freedom, the relaxation that an artist has when they go out to get ready to paint something nice, and they're under a tree, feeling the shade, feeling the breeze go through their hair, if they have any, and seeing the sun or the sky, whatever, trees, and then trying to take what they see, the emotions behind it, the feelings behind it, and send it out forward. That's freedom. Don't ever think you're anything less than anyone else, because you're not. We all have different abilities. We can do things, physical things or whatever, better than someone else. But they're no better than you in creation. You find anyone that can do something better than you, there's something you can do better than them. There is at least that much, equality that's around right now, but that's about all there is. And that's about to change. Damn, come on, heart. When your heart energy cranks up, see, now we're talking about compassion. Sometimes it'll feel like you missed a beat. And then you also start breathing. You take a nice, but almost always you'd start taking a nice deep breath when you go to look at something with your heart. Did you just tell yourself to take a breath, or was that natural? It was natural. Why? Because you're kicking up your heart energy, and that makes your lungs open up and you take in more air. Do you know how few people understand that on this planet? Way less than 1%. The vast majority of you are 17% lower frequencies, which is clean, which is strong. That's the very vast majority, very vast. That means you have a lot of heart energy. All I want is for y'all to find yourselves and grow in a clean, free environment, to learn how to better express yourself every moment that you exist, whether you're in a body or not. You can track my finances, my actions. It's always been for others. So which part of that do you, those of you that want to be a pain in the butt, what part of that do you call a lie? That's a lie, but he lied every day of his life. Wow, really? Some people don't want anyone else to get any attention because they never got enough, and they just, want to feel they're better than someone else or whatever. You're always going to find some people like that. That's just one little teeny part of the abuse that we've all received, one way that, of the abuse that we've had in our lives. Some people more than others, and different types. Anyway, that's enough of this video. That beautiful energy you feel at Christmas time, you're going to find that emanating, flowing through creation soon. Over here on the other side, that's going to be the mainstay. Maybe a little less, but that's going to be the norm. When you're not being beaten up and abused, it's a hell of a lot easier to be happy, isn't it? It's a lot easier to be able to appreciate a lot of things. Two good stones for that is Larimar and Arae. And then for relaxing and healing, add Seraphonite to that. Then you want to crank it up in vibration a little bit, throw some Damberite in there. Damberite's an excellent stone. I don't know how much we bought, maybe 40, 60 pounds, I don't know. We have a bunch of it, but that's why we bought it. That's how I ran into the deal, by getting a hold of someone who goes to the mines. This stone is awesome. Then a strong stone there is, of course, is Star Essonite. It makes you so much stronger inside. That's the single most powerful stone you could ever buy. Is Star Essonite. It increases your core. It increases the power, the volume, and the power inside your core 1,000+%, unless you're really sick or doing drugs. Because if your body's that messed up, then that energy is not going to go into you. Remember, it's star spirit putting star energy into you. It's another planet, Gaira, the largest, biggest planet that's ever been. She's putting some of her energy, not spirit, inside you. And when she puts so much inside you, because these bodies really get along with planetary essence, that she has to take some of your more of your own particular spirit and put it inside the body to balance off all this extra energy being put in your core. And then, of course, this beautiful Gaia, the mother of this planet. That's why Star Tonight is so powerful. It flushes out your core energy, your energy focal points in there, just hard as hell. And the energies, everyone likes to show the core, whatchamacallit, when you see the quote-unquote chakras, I just use energy focal points. That's basically what it is. They're not centered. They're not. It's a little bit off, but it flows like that. It basically flows straight up and down, but some of the energy focal points are to the side, and the energy tends to flow inside. The energy will be inside the spine and outside of the spine, flowing in the direction of the spine. If you go to your energy core, the spirit core inside your body, then you're going to find that it flows following the spine, but it's just a whole lot bigger than the spine. When I say a whole lot, it depends on the person. And these colors are different colors that are actually in the body. Okay, it's not the other colors. The heart has more going on than anything else, so I just had to use two colors. But brown is relaxation, groundedness, believe it or not. This black is that could be thought of as anger, but it's intense gathering of energy. And pink on the inside. Okay, that's basically what you have for your base chakra. And then that's right at the tip of the coccyx. And then the pineal field. It's got the two different. It's got the energy. The pineal field itself, inside your body, has two focal points. One being the third eye, one being the throat, the larynx. So that's why the lighter blue, just so you can see it, and then the darker blue, expressing the focal points. Now, Deanna has pictures of it flowing sideways and everything else. Now, the pictures don't have a spine in there for me to follow. I just know where it is. I can place it by looking. People, you would not believe what you can do as you become yourself. Have faith. Start by having faith in the possibility that you're even a tenth of what I tell you you are. If for a minimum. Possibility of a tenth. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. And it's not like I'm really asking something of you. It's I want you to know yourself. I want you to really be free. If you have something telling you that you can't run, so you never run, you just walk, and you have to get out of the way of a car, that's not too cool, is it? I don't just want you to be safe. I want you to enjoy your life to its fullest. So when you can enjoy more of your life and you understand more of it, how does that affect your children? Well, that's obvious. It helps enriching their lives, but you start with you. And remember, our children, they'll listen to us, most of the time. But they're going to look at what we do and mimic that more than what we say. So, but the more you awaken, the more you'll understand, more you know, and the easier it is to make better decisions and to get a fuller life for yourself and all those around you. And the new format is happiness and everything. If people don't like that, they're not going in the body. Sorry. New controls coming on that very, very soon. So anyway, I'm not trying to be over aggressive or anything on that. Things are changing the way they should have been. And this time of year that I really enjoy so much, It's finally going to be the norm, basically the norm for life. As time goes on and there's less abuse in your life, you become more acclimated to that situation. It's just like in weather. If you're up north and you come down to the south and the heat really bothers you, after a while, if you live down here a few years, it won't bother you as much as it did at first. That's becoming acclimated to it. Well, when everything is a whole lot easier for you and the hard abuse is taken away, what doesn't seem like difficulties right now and frustrations is going to seem a little more frustrating or difficult later. That's okay. It'll never be what it's like now. You'll never develop those abuse frequencies. It's like you'll be getting some exercise, like when we're young, lifting weights, running, whatever. You'll be getting exercise, but you'll be relaxing, a nice relaxed jog, not trying to push yourself to do too many reps, extra weight. It'll be easier. It'll be less. It won't be abusive, and you can more naturally evolve as spirit while in a body into a cleaner, more natural, fuller self than you are now. You're going to become more you. You're going to become more yourself, not a frustrated being. So, happiness, equality, compassion, honor, and karma. Karma is a big one. You will have protection, and you will have opportunities to learn things as they should be. Gently, not hard. Well, for those of you, so many of you, most of you that are waiting for me to go, I'm closer. I have no date, but they want me left suffering a little bit longer, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not going to reach out and hurt anyone anymore unless I have to. On the other side I'm talking about. And they don't understand. How can you hurt someone for trying to help you even though they're doing something stupid and they won't stop when they don't know better? I can fix that when I'm home anyway, but I still don't want to do it now. Every once in a while, take a few steps out of that jail cell with where the doors are gone now. Just take a peek out there. Relax, sit down. Take a nice, natural, full breath. Take a second one. Then maybe even not quite as a deep third one. Relax and extend yourself outward. As you relax, you start equalizing your frequencies with the field, and that's when you're in it. That's when all of a sudden you're laying back and you're in an inner tube and you're floating down the river. But you're seeing everyone, feeling them, talking with them. The more it happens, the more you realize it's true. And all that garbage you were told was a lie. Saying you couldn't do this, couldn't do that. You'll find out you can. You start having more faith in it. You start doing it more. Next thing you know, you are awake. It's no need to, turn that into an enlightened being. Oh, for Pete's sake, you're awake. You are your natural self. It's nothing to glorify, but it's something to enjoy. So, it'll happen. Everything's going to be made easier. Everyone's going to get help. But if you just engage a little bit, you're going to really do well. And even some of these attacks that have been going on are being shut down on the other side. I told you that might happen, but I can't tell you it's going to happen for a fact until I'm out of my body and I'm free and I'm me again. Then if I tell you that something's not going to happen or whatever, it's going to happen. I am what I am. And when I'm outside of this body, I'll be what I am. I'm just, cleaner. We're not doing anything through these bodies. Anyway, like I said an hour ago, that's enough for me. Take a chance on yourself. Take a chance on the thought process. Just a little, just this much chance that I might be right of all these things I say about you. Because as soon as you do, just relax. You're going to feel it. And you're going to see, feel, know, and understand. And as soon as you start going, you just keep going. You keep growing until you are as awake as you can be while you're still in the body. If you have 10% of the faith in yourself that I have in you, there you go. You'll come alive. Folks, love you, man. Take care and don't ever hesitate to be compassionate. That's who you are. Try to control it as much as you can, but don't hesitate to let someone understand how you feel. Soon it'll be the norm. Love y'all, man. Take care.